back to Just Between Us. I'm very upset because Phantom is next to Gabe.
Oh, well, Phantom was already here. I went next to Phantom, is what happened. He looks melted like a popsicle.
Yeah, he's been working hard all day. You know, when I go into my office to do my work, I go, "Come on, Phantom, we have to get to work," and then he trots after me. So in today's episode, I want to talk about a bonkers documentary that I'm watching.
Oh, you're not done with it?
I'm not done, but I figure let's talk now.
Yeah.
So I listened to the whole podcast.
Right. I listened to the podcast as well, narrated by Stephanie Beatrice.
I know.
My friend.
I love her, but I don't think she could. Do you think she would consider me a friend? Probably not. I haven't talked to her in years.
Yeah, she probably just would be like, I know you.
So I can say I know her.
Yeah, you know her.
I know her.
So twin flame.
Let's just start by explaining the concept of twin flame.
Yeah.
And what we think about that concept.
Okay, we both probably hate it. We don't even like soulmates. We even hate the word soulmate. I think about that all the time, like someone giving a speech at their wedding and being like, "You're my soulmate."
Well, I've heard a nice thing where it's like someone could become your soulmate.
Yeah.
And so if you mean it in that way, I'll give you some wiggle room, but I still don't like it.
It's extremely strange to be like, to me, I don't know. You know what it is? And I've said this multiple times. Like, giving a speech about why you love someone at a wedding is giving me hives, active hives. Like, I'm like, are you? I saw something that was like, I don't need a saw trap. It's just a saw trap where it's me having to express a want or a feeling. I was like, Jesus Christ. Okay, so twin flames is
that you have like one person that you're meant to be with, and you are like, you instantly feel like an unbelievable attraction and draw to them.
Yes, and that is your twin flame.
And their belief, what is it, Jeff and Shalia?
Yeah.
They run this whole cult, and I have to tell you something.
What?
We were watching it, and John was like, look, like, I kind of understood the Nexium guy. Like, he was weird and creepy, but there was like something about him that was like appealing.
Yeah.
Jeff and Shalia could not be less appealing people. They have no charm. They have no charisma.
Yeah.
Jeff is kind of very angry a lot of the time and abusive. A lot of times, like, you're like, okay, the cult leader can like lure you in. Like, I would watch 5 seconds of these people and be like, oh no, I feel bad for them.
But that's why there's different cult leaders for different people.
Oh,
you know what I mean? It works in different ways. Like,
well, I don't think that what they're doing is that them as individuals is appealing. I think it's their relationship. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're like, I think people are like, oh, they're proof of twin flames.
Well, okay, so that's the thing, is like, people, obviously you're playing on people's deepest insecurity and want, which is love, which is acceptance from someone else, which is, it takes it out of your hand, right? You don't have to become better. You don't have to work on the relationship.
No, they make them change completely.
But I'm saying
they change their genders and sexualities and everything.
Yes, I know that. But I'm saying, like, you don't have to, it's out of your hands. You don't have to come up with how you could be a better person. Someone else will tell you.
The amount of times I thought that someone was meant for me. And
that's what I'm saying. It's so easy.
And if someone had told me, no, just keep going, like, I would have wound up in jail multiple times. Like Allison in her 20s being told, well, even if they tell you no, you should keep pursuing them.
That's what I'm saying. It's so easy. It's so easy to get people. It's not even them. It's the concept. And people are also so romantic. Like, don't want a relationship to be something they have to think about. It's just like,
no, these people are thinking about it all the time. It's like their whole life.
Yes, but it's like it needs to be romantic all the time. It needs to be high stakes all the time. It needs to have, like, you need to be worked up all the time.
I don't know. I think that, like, these people are dedicating more time to finding a partner than like anybody else.
But that's what I mean, that it can't just be like, now we're sitting on the couch and we're relaxing. It has to be like this high stakes thing all the time.
Well, no, one of the things is that the female energy, because there's always a female person and always a masculine person, regardless of how they identify or their sex at birth or anything.
Yeah.
The feminine is supposed to always give in to the masculine sexual needs.
Yeah, so
like,
that's the thing.
So like one couple is like, they have all this conflict because the woman, like the wife, actually, I think they got married, is like, I don't want to have sex all the time.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, then you're not you're pushing your twin flame away.
Jesus.
It's really messed up.
Yeah.
And these people, it's still happening. They're still operating.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't like, oh, and now they're in jail and everyone's done. There's still people in this cult.
But love schemes are so easy to get people. I feel like that's the number one type of like scam or scheme. It's just
those
like,
are so sad.
I feel like it is. I feel like it's so easy to get some. You don't even have to be very good at being a cult leader. It's just so easy to get someone by promising them love and undying love and like cosmic love and like love that transcends, you know? And I blame movies and TV and books. But you know,
what about the Bible?
I blame the Bible. I always blame the Bible.
The promise of like, and everything will be complete and you'll achieve all of your goals because you've met your soulmate or your twin flame. Like, that's bullshit.
Right.
I think for the majority of people, it's a choice to stay in your relationship.
Yeah.
And like, there's good days, there's bad days. And then it's like, you know, I think it's just like, is your relationship additive? And if it's additive, then that's wonderful and worth continuing.
People really, no, this sounds terrible.
What?
Like people really feel completed by other people? Is that real?
One of the ways that like we talk about like attachment.
Yeah.
Is like when you're securely attached to somebody.
Yeah.
It kind of means that you can then go off and explore the world on your own.
Okay.
But you have like a safe home base.
Yeah.
And so that I think is what I would describe like by marriage as like, it's not that like he has completed me in every way and now we've molded into one.
Yeah.
If anything, it's like he's provided this like safe base, this safe home for me to go out, live my life, do what I want to do, come back to him. Like, it's like I'm anchored to something instead of like out at sea trying to get to an island that I don't even know exists.
Now here's my follow-up.
Yeah.
How do you trust?
I think you trust based on actions and a leap of faith. It's always a leap of faith.
It's a leap of faith.
You should also pay attention to how they behave, right? Like, if like they're like, I'll pick you up at 2 and they come at 8, that's not great. You know, like does the person show up for you the way that they've said that they would? And like, is there evidence that they're trustworthy combined with the leap of faith?
And how much evidence do you need to gather before you can decide that they're trustworthy?
I think it's a different threshold for different people based on like their relationship history and their own personal wounds and things like that.
Interesting. And in the twin flames, if the other person sucks, did they have to change?
Oh my God. In this documentary, they literally like sent a 19-year-old off to Utah to go be with like a criminal guy who was like really kind of unhinged and like not good. And they were like, that's your twin flame.
No. But if you come in and you are like, this is my twin flame, but why would the twin flame not want to be with you if they were your twin flame? Why would you have to chase them?
Well, so their whole thing is that is like the mirror exercise. Every thing that is wrong with other people or any way other people treat you is an issue with yourself. And so everything is your fault.
The opposite of the Allison Raskin. Like you're like very much like that has nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
If the person isn't responding to you the way that they want, it's your fault and you have to figure out what you're doing wrong and then you have to change it.
And that will make the person come to you.
Right. So it's like very victim blaming.
I feel like this is like when the woman said that we were twins in a past life.
I just can't stop thinking about like how dangerous it would have been if I had believed this when I was younger.
100%.
I can think of multiple people where I would have shown up at their house.
Absolutely.
Uninvited.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It would be hard for them to get me because I would every 9 months sort of find a new twin flame.
Even like when they like call out the leaders, it's like, well, you're calling us out because it's your issue.
Obviously.
Yeah, I should use this more. It's very good manipulation.
I was going to say, how do we start doing that?